couple common trigger events, right, where a business or a business owner might look at a PEO. The first big one that comes to mind is, trigger event around benefits, health insurance benefits, group employee benefits for the staff. Um, you know, could be that maybe they're currently offering benefits, open market benefits to their staff, and then something common that we see all the time is, hey, they received a high renewal, for their upcoming year, from their broker on the benefits, and now it became something where it's not sustainable, and they're looking for a solution. The PEO might be able to help out in those situations. Other trigger events, something relating to workers' comp, whether it's and we see a lot of this with construction, property management. Workers' comp is a big line item for them. Again, maybe they got a big renewal, or maybe they got a notice of cancellation from the carrier for too many claims. Third most common trigger is HR compliance, right? Maybe the employer, the business owner, or the business in this case, may have some gaps around compliance, HR, maybe because they simply don't have the manpower internally to dedicate the resources to that, right? And they're exposing themselves. Or maybe we've seen that they're operating in multiple states, right? They've got employees in different parts of the country, in different states. We see a lot of that with remote organizations. And as you probably know, SC, each state has their own nuances, right? With how they like to handle their taxes, their state, local, federal, even maybe municipal taxes, right? So if you're an employer operating out of, let's say, Florida, and you've got employees in different states, like, now that's your responsibility to know that, right? And,
Right.
and it's tough when your primary business, like you were saying, is, hey, for example, I'm a medical office. I do medical, but now because you have employees, now you have a secondary business, the business of employment. So that's where kind of the value of the PEO shines, and why more and more businesses today are uncovering PEO and starting to really figure out if this is a fit for them or not.